Have you ever wondered how the United States gained our independence from Great Britain? Originally, the United States was formed as the 13 colonies. However, due to the efforts of many men gave their lives in the Revolutionary War, we eventually did gain our independence. But as George Washington will tell you, we should have stayed out of foreign affairs. However, because we were brought up based on imperialism, we were doomed to repeat our own history. In 1796, George Washington decided to write his farewell address as he left the presidency. His idea was to make sure that the United States knew how he felt regarding foreign relations. He warned the country that if they were to get involved in other countries' business, that there could be problems. Had we listened to George Washington, we would not have been involved in the wars we are today. In the mid-1800s, the United States was really concerned with going west. In order to expand, the United States was involved in the Gold Rush and the forming of the Transcontinental Railroad. As you can see, the Union Pacific and the Central Pacific lines met in Promontory Point, Utah. Little did we realize who we would be imperializing when we decided to build the railroad. As the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad was nearing its finish, we had destroyed the buffalo population. However, that wasn't our original intent. The workers on the railroad used the buffalo for food sources. Little did we realize we were about to wipe out an entire nation and cause another internal war. The Trail of Tears is a photograph of a famous painting which shows the push of Native Americans as far westward into areas known as reservations. With the passage of the Dawes Act, Congress legalized the actions of the settlers and made sure, using propaganda, an example shown here, that the Native Americans were savages and they should be stopped. This was an example of propaganda, much like what Hitler used during World War II to try to get the entire world to hate people that were not considered pure. Once the United States tasted the blood of the Native Americans, they wanted to expand even further. With their growing industry, they decided to go into Hawaii, which was originally owned by the Spanish as well as the Asian cultures. We annexed Hawaii. However, the word annex really means to take over. Ultimately, we imperialized Hawaii. For good reason, however. It was a pretty sweet deal. We wanted to harvest their sugar. Dole Corporation, which you might know today as the Pineapple Company, also went through and slaughtered hundreds and thousands of Polynesian and Hawaiian people, only adding to the imperialism cycle. The purchase of Alaska from Russia in 1867 for $7.2 million was a joke. It was actually called Seward's Folly. However, we were looking for black gold. Our mindset was that if we could expand and we can build our industry, we would make a lot more money in the future. Later on, we faced Russia in the Cold War, based on the ideals of what this picture shows. It shows America and Russia in the same room negotiating how much Alaska was really worth. Little did they realize how much they lost in this deal.